Alright guys, so I'm going to do a couple examples. Some of the things you're going to have to do on your quiz is find circumference and area. So in this circle here, I can see that I have a right triangle with a side length of 14. So the other side length would also be 14, which means that our hypotenuse would be 14 root 2, because it's that whole 45, 45, 90 thing. This was our daily quiz from the other day, which I'll do all of these so you guys can see. Which, if I'm finding circumference, I can do 2 pi r or d pi. So since I have my diameter and it's 14 root 2, I'm going to do 14 root 2 pi because I want it exactly, okay? The approximate answer I could find by typing into my calculator. And I would take the square root of 2 and then times it by 14 and then times that by pi, so like 62.2-ish, okay? We also wanted to find our area, which is pi r squared, and so I need my radius now, which is going to be half of that, so half of 14 root 2 is 7 root 2, and I need to square that, which really means we're going to square each thing right here. So we get 49, 7 times 7, times the square root of 2 squared, which is 2, and 2 times 49 is 98 pi. Okay? So on number 3, which was the other one you had to do on your daily quiz the other day, we had to do the Pythagorean Theorem because I don't know if it's a 45, 45, 90 or a 30, 60, 90. So I did 3 squared plus 4 squared equals I don't know squared. So 9 plus 16 is 25, and then square root it. So your diameter is 5, which again for circumference I can just put diameter pi, d pi, so 5 pi. The tricky thing is for area, I need to have radius, so I have to take half of that, which I know y'all probably put 2.5, and I'm going to put it as 5 over 2, because that's just taking half of it, and square it. So 25 over 4 pi, which is 6.25 if you remember doing this the other day. But if I was going to find the approximate area there, like I would do 25 divided by 4 and then times by pi, so 19.6-ish. Okay. Now this other one in the corner is a 30, 60, 90, and I know that the short side, because it's across from 30, is 10, which means that the long side would be at 10 root 3, and my hypotenuse would be 20. So since the hypotenuse is 20, your diameter is 20, so circumference is 20 pi. Since the diameter is 20, the radius is 10, so when I do area pi r squared, I do 100 pi. Now this is the one we skipped in our notes too, so I wouldn't worry about that one, just because we haven't gotten to that triangle stuff yet. Now this was the daily quiz I joked about making you guys do today, which we might as well do together now because this is another thing we want to remember. So we can find arc length and sector area. So to find the arc length, we do degrees, so 40 degrees over 360 times 2 pi r, so in this case 3. And the reason we want to do that is because we're taking some of the circumference, not all of it. So I like to reduce my fraction, and like the zeros can divide out. And does 4 go into 36 evenly? I think 9 times. So I'll have 9 on the bottom. So this fraction is going to turn into 1 over 9 times 6 pi. And then I can cross cancel as well, because really this is over 1. And so, like, 3 will go into both these, 2 times here, 3 times there. And so the exact arc length is 2 pi over 3. We can get an approximate one. Now over to the side now, just because I wrote too big, I'm going to have to do the area of the sector. The sector area, which is a very similar formula. It's that degrees over 360 But now I times by the area formula, so pi r squared, so pi times 3 squared. So when I reduce that 40 over 360, I'm going to get that 1/9 again. 3 squared now, though, is 9 pi, and so the 9's totally divide out, which means the area of your sector is just pi. So that's kind of fun. Okay. Here, if I do arc length, I'm going to try to write a little smaller. We're going to do degrees over 360, so 260 over 360 times 2 pi r, which is 6. And so I can cancel out the zeros. I know for sure that 2 will go into this. So like 13 here and 18 there. And then 13's prime, so that's going to have to stay. So it'll be 13 over 18 times 12 pi, which is over 1. And then I notice that 6's can go into the 12 and 18. So 2 times here, 3 times there. And then I can't reduce anymore, and so across the top I got 13 times 2, so 26 pi, and on the bottom I just have a 3. And I'm cool with you just leaving it as the exact answer. Now area is very similar, so we're doing that degrees over 360 times pi r squared, so pi times 6 squared. And so that 260 over 360 thing reduces again to 13 over 18. And now when I square, I get 36 pi. And 18 goes into 36 2 times. And so I just get 26 pi. Because of 13 times 2. Nothing on bottom. Okay, last but not least, if we tried arc length here, we would do degrees over 360 times 2 pi r, or d pi. So 8 pi over 1. And so we can reduce, like 5 will go into both. And so 5 will go into this 27 times, and 5 will go into this 74 times. Oh my gosh, that seems wrong. Yeah, that's wrong, 72 times. And then 27 and 72 have 9 in common, so 3 times here and 8 times there. So overall, that first fraction reduced to 3 over 8 times 8 pi over 1, and so the 8's can divide out, so the arc length is 3 pi. Oh my god, I love when that happens. Okay, over here when we do area, we're going to have that 135 over 360 again, times area now, which is pi r squared. And now I don't have r, but diameter is always twice as much, so the radius is really 4 squared. So this reduces again to that 3/8 times 16 pi, which the 8 will go into 16 evenly 2 times, and so 6 pi is the area of the sector. So hopefully that was a nice little reminder. I think we did all the examples yesterday like this, so I can't go back and do any of those from our notes. But hopefully that'll be a nice reminder for you guys. So good luck reviewing.